So in this video, we're going to talk about, do you use technology or does it use you? So just for fun, I want you to consider a few questions. And I'll go through them slowly so that you can think about it. And I'll actually put them in the notes underneath the video. So do you need all of the apps that are currently on your smartphone? And think about this for a second. Do you have any idea how many apps there actually are on your phone? And when you swipe across, how many homes, how many screens, how many pages on your phone do you actually have of apps? Another thing to consider with those apps is, when was the last time you used them? There's a difference between the ones you use every day and maybe the ones you use every few days or every week. And there could be some historical apps. Like I have an app for Air Canada, and I use it once or twice a year if I'm going on vacation. I could delete it, but it's definitely handy when I'm traveling. But it's far away because it's not an important app and I don't need to use it all the time. Do you need notifications and badges and pop-ups on your phone screen turned on for every single one of those apps? Do you answer your emails immediately as they come in, whether that be on your phone and on your desktop? And do you have like push notifications enabled so that every time an email is sent to you, it's immediately delivered to your inbox? Do you have desktop notifications turned on for your web browser like Safari or Google Chrome, for various sites to let you know that a new post has been published, or for things like Facebook that'll tell you you've got a new like or you've got a new comment or that somebody has posted something to a group? This one I think is a bit nefarious. Do you receive emails for every single notification that you have a new message on Facebook, or that somebody has liked something you posted on Twitter, or for any other social media app that you might belong to? Do you have or do you receive emails every single day for news channels? And your phone, do you have the ringer set to on? And do you answer it every single time that the phone rings? There's no right and there's no wrong to any of those questions. And none of those questions are meant to feel bad. None of those questions are meant to get you upset. None of those questions are meant to make you feel judged. But do take the time to look at those questions and honestly think about the consequences of your choices. Now, I mentioned right at the beginning, I might have an Air Canada app. Well, there's really no negative consequences to having those on your phone, right? When you book a ticket and when you travel, that's great because you've got your boarding pass up right on your phone. It's very efficient. But all of the other apps that have information that's pushed out daily, hourly, or every minute, like Facebook and Twitter, the more immediately that you respond to or react to or draw your attention away from something else to that notification, the more likely that you are very highly distracted and quite possibly addicted to that technology. And when I say addicted, again, that's not to make you feel like a bad person. The technology and the software and the flow of social media sites are very astutely designed by programmers and psychologists, researchers that have a good understanding of basic addiction and psychology to keep you on their websites or apps. Why? They're collecting your data so that they can populate your feed with advertisements so that hopefully you'll click on those ads and that company will get paid. It's up to you to decide what's most important to you. Now, if you want to be more productive, then I'd suggest giving serious thought to how constant notifications interrupt your workflow or your train of thought, or quite simply your ability to be present, emotionally present. Now, speaking of emotions, what emotional need in you is satisfied when that ding or that vibration or that pop-up or the little red number, the badge on the app appears on your phone? What do you feel? Does it feel like it gives you something to do, some purpose in the moment, that you go check that app to see what someone said or did? Does it make you feel special, important, validated, or needed? If it does any of those things, I would suggest going to your local animal pound or something like that and adopting a cat or a dog. Now, I'm saying that in part seriously and in part tongue-in-cheek and not meant to be mean. But I think it's important and vital for us as human needs to get our needs met through connection with other human beings or other animals that give us a more important and loving and emotionally nurturing satisfaction. Because if the only satisfaction we're getting in our lives is how many people like a post that we put up on Instagram, that will become empty at some point in time. And you can't depend on an app to make you feel good about yourself. You feel good about yourself by giving, by being kind to others, who then hopefully in turn reciprocate that for you. To say it again, social media has been designed to be addictive. Every like is meant to validate your ego. Every notification of a new message or response tells you that your opinion matters. The only opinion that should matter to you is your own. You don't really need to be validated by other people. It can be important and it can be useful, especially if you're a thought leader or you're teaching something or you're providing a service or a product, of course. Now, the best example online, I think, that shows the issue of technology and addiction and human behavior are dating apps. You know, combine technology with a basic human need for love, sex, affection, and bam, what do you get? An application that you can't put down. You're just like constantly looking. It's like, oh boy, that person is very attractive. That person thinks I'm attractive and wants to talk to me. What does that make you feel if you've ever used a dating app? It's quite a powerful emotion, isn't it? All of that shit can wait if you have more important stuff to do. If you have a bigger mission in life, if you have a bucket list goal that is so important to you, you can always come back to Facebook. You can always come back to that dating app at a time when you allocate to yourself that allows you to have fun and enjoy the experience without being distracted. Or if you want to feel loved, get a pet, go out on more dates, meet more people, shut off your phone, make love to your partner, get on the couch and just cuddle and watch a good movie together, or spend time with a friend that you really care about, that you haven't seen in a while, even if that's reaching out on Skype if they live far away, or actually calling them on the phone. So here's a thought exercise. When you're at a restaurant next time, or out at a coffee shop, just notice how many people sitting together, partners or friends, that are deep in conversation, actually looking at each other, and their hands are free. And how many people are sitting there across from each other, maybe lifting their head every once in a while from their phone because, oh, what did you say? Oh yeah, I'll be with you in a second. And they just go out of frame. They go out of present moment, right? Again, nothing right or wrong with that, but it's an interesting thing to observe and for you to decide when's the right time to do that for you. So there's a lot to think about in this section, and it's a little bit different because we don't get our hands as dirty as this one. We have to actually get up into our heads and think about the kinds of behaviors we want to change. So that's what we're going to talk about in the next videos. How are you actually going to do an information purge? I'll see you in the next one.